Adoption Warrior family. I hope everybody's doing good today. Today we're coming to you with a different topic, um, and it's about youth that are in foster families are aging out as they're making that transition. And so there's a couple factors I'd like to go over on this and bring awareness to it. It's said that there's over 20,000 kids per year that are being left out. They're aging out and they're just uh, homeless or just left out. And that's something that we definitely want to bring an awareness to help them, young adults, prepare themselves as they go out into the world and start families of their own. And so, with that 20,000, man, that's just a lot of. That's a lot. That's a high number for kids being left out um, on their own. Sometimes that may be due to failure of the system or maybe of their own doing. Not everybody wants help, and so that's always something to take a factor into. And Annie's, there's a lot of different places, advocacies, and stuff like that will help out. One of them is called the Annie's E. Casey. That's one of the foundations that have a lot of resources that help kids that are transitioning out. Um, and it's there's so much on there. If you look it up, get a chance to look it up. And that's not the only one. There's other ones. I think one's called the Rainbow for Kids or something like that. So I want to I want to lay out a couple things that we can help them kids that are transitioning out of the foster home or even adoption as they turn 18. 18 across the board is pretty much the aging out. Whether if you're biological or foster or adoption kids, you age out at the age of 18. Now there is a one thing that maybe a couple of things, but one thing that I do know about is that when they're in a foster home, there is some assistance or there is a waiver that can sign that can extend your foster home, so you're not just aging out if you're not ready. And there are some kids that they're just not simply ready to go out on their own at the age of 18, and it could be for various reasons. Uh, it could be mentally challenged or physically challenged or just simply not ready to leave the nest. And so I know that here within Texas, they do have waivers that you can sign that will extend um, your stay in your foster home. And also, you want to keep that in account that when you do adopt or foster a older kid that comes in, if they just come into your home at 16 or 17, you already know that within a year or two that they're going to be aging out. So you want to go ahead and talk to the lawyers or CPS and stuff like that to kind of already lay the groundwork for extending that. With the extension being in mind that that's what you're already going to do. You'd also talk to that kid to make sure that that is what they want to do. Just coordinate with all the moving pieces in that foster home or adoption. One of the things we can always do is help them prepare for college. Get their education as they are graduating from high school, and aging out is coming really close. Like set them up with a college. Get the college tours going. Um, Introduce them to different schools, different places. I know that we like to keep our young ones home close to us, but also encourage, look outside the box when you are looking for schools for them to get widen their way of thinking, their way of living, but do it in a safe way, in a safe manner, and a safe in a safe college. And another thing is to always with the health programs, set them up with health insurance, health programs, and a lot of these kids that are already in a foster home, an adoption, the system already has something set up for them for their insurance and stuff like that. But we just want to make sure that all the dots are connected as they are transitioning out to make sure they do have um, health care when they're out on their own. And another thing it could be, make sure that their bank accounts are set up. Even this is stuff that you can do, before the aging out. As having their bank account set up so that they understand the spending, the savings, what cost, what doesn't cost, and how much. We want to prepare these kids as much as humanly possible so that when they age out and they go out to the real world, they have all the tools, the resources that they need, so they're not end up homeless or in trouble with the law or whatever it may be. Also, setting up counseling for them, making sure the counselor is set in place. So when they go out, so they have these tools ready for them to use. They may not need them or they may not want them, but we also want to have them in place. So if they do need them, hey, they already here it is. It's already set up for you. It's ready to go. Also, keep them involved in whether if it's a church or a youth group. Keep them involved. Interact with them. When they age out, we don't want to just push them out and be like, "Oh, here you go. It was nice knowing you. We took care of you up to 18. Now you're an adult. You're on your own." We want to set up different activities, different family churches, support groups, whatever it may be, just to keep them involved, keep them active, keep them alive, keep them motivated. And also that goes with setting up a mentor. I know they have like a boys and girls program that sets up mentors for them to follow with them as they age out, becoming a young adult. And that also goes along with creating a support system for them. Again, it goes back to making sure that they're okay. We're not just pushing you guys out. Hey, you aged out. We're done. We did our job, and so forth. And hopefully, you build connections, relationship with these kids as they're in your home. So when they do age out, that you continue that relationship with them and that connection with them, and building that support system with them, letting them know they are not alone. They are not out here by themselves, trying to figure it out, trying to survive. And also that goes with following up with them. You can set all these things into place. And even though you set these things into place, you still want to follow up with them, make sure they're okay, visit them. Hey, I know, hey, kiddo, I know I set up the health program for you, the youth counseling program for you, but I still want you to, make sure you're okay. Let's have dinner together, let's have lunch together, let's just go hang out, do whatever it is that we need to do. I want to do. I go to the movies, follow up with them. Like I just mentioned, you can set up all these tools for them. But if you're not following up just to make sure that they're utilizing these tools that you set up, it'll just help them to know that, hey, somebody is still there with me, following up with me on this. I'm sure that would be something that is greatly appreciated. They'll love it. You will build that chain of trust, and which adopting kids, foster kids can all we struggle in that trusting area. We just something that we need to work on, that we grow and we struggle with from time to time. And also, if this foster kid is in with a family, encourage your kids to also follow with them, connect with them as they age out, to really build that connection with them. 'Cause it can be a really lonely world out there, especially if you struggle with different things. I I know for me, I didn't age out. I mean, I was adopted, and then became a young adult and stuff like that. And I just wanted to trust everybody, and that caught me up into a lot of trouble and a lot of scenarios that wasn't great for me. So that's something that you want to keep these kids informed of. Teach them what is right and what is wrong as they age out. They'll see red flags when they're out there, so they're not end up in a bad situation. And so it's just transitioning out can be a scary thing. One of the kiddos that I talked to, uh, he's getting close to aging out, and he's terrified. He's scared. He's like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. And so that is something that you can talk to them about. Sit down with them, explain to them so they have a full understanding of what's going on. Hey, I know you may be scared, and I know you may be you're aging out in the system. But hey, you're not going to be alone. I'm going to be here with you for the long haul. This relationship here, connection is a long term one. Even though the system may age you out, I'm not aging you out. And so just bring that reassurance to them that it's going to be okay. We're here to help you. We're here to build bridges for you to succeed, be successful in your life. And it doesn't hurt to take them out at an early age, as far as taking them to maybe 15, 16, taking them to colleges, taking them to networking places, different expos, for colleges and maybe the careers or whatever it is that they would like to do. I think it doesn't hurt at all to start out at an early age and to kind of introduce that to them. Different cultures, different neighborhoods, different churches and schools, like that. I think that would be a really positive thing for their life to kind of get them built up to their adulthood. But these are just some few items, a few things that you can get them kids ready for. I'm sure there's many, many more. But if you do have any more that you would like to post on my YouTube channel, put it in the comments, and I can reply back to you, or I can bring them on to my next podcast, and we can talk about that and put out some pointers on that. But again, until next time, don't be a stranger to a child in need. I can't outrun your